All right, we are live once again. We're back. Me, myself, and Ayush. How's it going?
It's going really slow currently in market, so not happening much.
It's going slow. You say, okay. Well, I got stopped out yesterday. That's, I guess, not a huge surprise. We talked about that yesterday, right? We talked about how we were close to the invalidation area right here, and if we reclaim this level, maybe we're going to look for long. So that's actually what I'm going to be looking for today. I'm going to remove that one. Just forget that didn't happen. All right, we got Jimir in the comments. What's up, man? Welcome. And we had a winner on yesterday's giveaway as well. So that account should have been sent out. I'm going to begin today's live stream with a question, and the question will be, are we going long or short on Bitcoin?
Tough question.
And that is the question. Why can't I? Okay, never mind. That's a Q&A. It's the wrong one. The poll will be, are we going long or short on Bitcoin? And then we're going to see long or short. Go in the comment section, guys, and let me know if you're going long or short on Bitcoin. What are you thinking here, Ayush? Are we looking at longs, or what are we doing today?
So if we look at Ethereum and Bitcoin both, we are currently fighting a lot near resistance area and previous weak point of control. And if we look at order flow, the Bitcoin is rejecting Saturday value area high, and bulls are not really trying to take the control over the market. So I'm just going to wait for full volume we get, and it will be better if we get closure above this previous week point of control and this supply area, then we can easily pump above. But if we go shorts, I would like to take sell in Ethereum because it is weaker than Bitcoin, and I have same plan for Doge here because we have same structure like Bitcoin. It is failing to close above the supply zone because we have value area high of current month, and it is aligned with the VIX here, which is working as supply zone. So for bulls it's currently not so much confirmation here, and for bears as well. So I feel like it is a continuation of Monday price action in Tuesday. So need some volume for market to go higher. And on the 30-minute time frame, what I can see here is that we are currently testing point of control and value area high on BTC. So really have no data for longs or short, currently in a very bad range. And we also have President Trump event at 5 p.m. Eastern time after a private meeting. Insiders expecting to announce the new deal with the Iran to open Strait of Hormuz. If this happens, market will explode. And I think that's actually controlling the price action right now.
Guys, you know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe. We got Jimir saying that I'm waiting for my account that you won a week ago. How about the 250,000 accounts you won the week before? No, I'll look into that for sure. So thank you for bringing that up. I will. We had a lot of accounts being given away, so that was definitely probably missed one. We got Boris. What's up, Boris? How's it going? Man, you are a man with many backgrounds.
Yeah, I have to constantly switch locations because I'm in crypto, so I have to just go to a different location every time.
Because they're after
you,
sure I'm not or hunting you or stops.
And look, I got a little plant.
No way!
Actually, 2.
He got 2 plants,
And-
guys. Give it up, give it up for Boris. He got not 1 but 2 plants. Now,
Because see right here, zoom in.
are they
Now I just need
real?
to find a location to place them. I believe they are real.
You believe they
but-
are real? Nice. I also believe they are real.
I think they're real.
Nice. Let's just.
Yes.
We all
I mean,
believe
who would
it's
make
real.
small fake plants? Yeah.
Yeah, no. So, Ayush, you were saying that we perhaps need a little bit more buying volume coming in here. That
If Ethereum goes above, then only it will be easy for longs on Bitcoin.
it's a little bit, yeah. And I feel once again I want to short, but obviously I got stopped out when shorting yesterday, which doesn't mean we can't short today. But I also feel like we did reclaim that level, right? We reclaimed the if you go down to the 1 hour, we did reclaim this level where, you know, the initial rejection we had here. I kind of looked at that and I kind of like that as hopefully we were going to go, you know, down after that. But now we have reclaimed that, and I kind of like it. But then if I look at the 50-minute, it looks weak. It looks like there's no momentum here. There's no volume coming in. There's nothing that really tells me that this is sustainable. I'm actually more focused on altcoins right now because I feel like Bitcoin is it's a little bit boring. Same thing with Ethereum. We're looking at Ethereum and it's basically the same thing here. It's I'm kind of looking for potential more upside, but it's not super clear. It's quite messy. But if you look at the altcoin market, we do have some interesting altcoins here. I'm going to go through some of them. What are we thinking about hype? Because if we look at hype on the daily time frame here, I see a local uptrend here, and I quite like it. What I would want price to do here is to come down and test this region here at around 38. And I might actually look for long here because I think the risk to reward here is quite good. Could put a stop loss below that local low and then take it up to the range highs. I'm not sure if this is even a range, but I view it as a range. I kind of like this. So that's what I'm watching right now on hype. So I'm going to be putting an alert down there. Before I go on, is there anything else you guys are watching? Ayush, I know you're not watching the altcoin market too much, but is there anything you're watching? I guess maybe Boris want to talk about his experience with Rave after that.
We can talk about Rave. It was actually
yesterday we were talking about FET USD, which was recommended by Boris.
Right. Yes, that's right. FET. Yeah.
Yeah. Looking for any shorts in this pair.
It was recommended as a short, just to be specific. It was not. Yeah. But yeah, I'm actually still. I entered this short after our stream yesterday, and still in it. We're still kind of hovering below the 55. So as long as it remains below the 55 EMA here, so below this red green ribbon, and especially below the 0.226 level, then I'm gonna keep this short open. And then the other trade that I opened yesterday was on PaxG. And I was not inspired, but kind of Anastasiia pointed it out that gold was looking good for a continued move to 5,000, and my system agreed. So basically, I'm long on gold, short on Fetch.ai, and still don't really have any opinion on Bitcoin. Still kind of ranging, pretty boring. Same thing with Ethereum. It's only up 0.18%, so basically doing nothing at all. So yeah, and it's interesting, Ayush, that you brought up that news. I didn't know that Trump was making an announcement later. Do you know what time that's going to be? So
5 p.m. Eastern
be
time.
awake for it.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming
Eastern.
that is going to be about the deadline, right? Because today is I can't remember now exactly the deadline. Maybe people in the comment can help me out here, but something with Iran, right?
Yeah. New deal with Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz.
Is it open? Is it closed? Like what's going on here?
I feel it's
Yeah, is it
closed right
open or
now.
closed right now? Okay.
I'm gonna go and check Google Maps.
Can we actually check that on Google Map?
Yeah, you can go and check. You search for Strait. Yeah, Strait of Hormuz, and then it has like opening times and everything. And apparently it's closed and it's open. It's opening tomorrow at 7 a.m.
Oh, is that the deal? Like, gonna open at 7 a.m. or it's planned to be opened at 7?
Nah, guys, I'm kidding. It doesn't have like official
Oh.
opening times, you know. It's like, sorry, closed for business, opening tomorrow at 7 again. No,
Like I don't know how these oil passages work. I'm I analyze the crypto markets for a living, so
well,
I do not know if these oil passages have opening and closing times.
But I think myself, like everyone else, they we had no experts in oil traffic, 4 months ago, but all of a sudden we had, everyone's an expert on oil all of a sudden, and especially, the shipments of oil. So yeah, I'm not really sure how all of that works either. I'm looking at XLM here. I have I shorted. Let's see if I have the short here. No, so a trade that I took, and this one I took live with you guys here in the live stream. I believe I shorted, maybe it was this one or perhaps that one. And we were going to take it all the way down here, missed the TP, but then we closed that one. And now what I'm seeing here on XLM is I'm just thinking I want to short this once again at that resistance. Just do the exact same thing. Just hold it for potential move down to range lows. Might just wait for this daily candle to close though. So maybe tomorrow I'll be able to take a trade on this one. Looking at the comment section, we did have a poll. I'm going to end that one right now. It says right now we got 67% says short on Bitcoin, and I tend to agree. Guys, let's play a little game. Let's decide on a specific number of likes before we give away an account today. So how many, maybe you can let me know in the comment section, how many likes do we have now? See what they say in the comment section, but I want to know how many likes do we currently have on the live stream. Let's see. We got 6 likes right now. Okay, so the first giveaway we're gonna do at 15 likes. Okay, 15 likes. Let's go. 15 likes and we'll do a giveaway. 15 likes.
Hey, what I find interesting is that go to Polymarket, the betting odds are that Bitcoin's at 80% yes, that it will be up on April 21st. That's
interesting. So
if we're looking at,
wait, which one is
80%? That's actually quite.
Okay, Bitcoin up or down on April 21st. What's the alt on this
Yeah.
one? Where do I see that?
Which is, well, that. So basically, it's 80. Hold on.
Okay, 67.
Where was that contract?
I can see it right here to the left, right there. So 67%. Ah, it's gone.
Oh,
Oh, this one.
so
Okay, 80.
Bitcoin up or down? On.
Hmm.
It says 82% up, but I'm wondering, like, up from which price point up?
I guess.
Oh, okay. It says price to be 75,600. Current price 76,268. Ah, I see how it's structured now. In that case, those odds make sense to me. Like, I don't see price retreating by it's like $700 by the end of the day, or it could. I mean, I don't know.
So Void in the comment section saying that Trump is speaking, and that's orange. And in it says, in my eyes, it should be a tier above red in Forex Factory. Yeah, but I think Forex Factory, they're looking at what the historical impact of presidential speeches and speeches like that has had. And usually, I don't think it's the planned speeches that moves the market from Trump. It's the tweets. It's when he just goes out and you know, just wakes up and chooses, you know, let's just flip everything on its head, you know. So what are you
currently 8 a.m. or a little past 8 a.m. in Washington D.C. So Trump, I think he's waking up and ready to go on Truth Social to post some stuff.
So what are we thinking, guys, for XLM here? Are you guys you think it's too late for a short?
No, I think this is like prime territory for a short, especially because basically the past 2 months or so, it's been a mean reversion market. So basically fading the breakout has continued to be the move. So, you know, it's like 1, 2, 3, the fourth breakout attempt above, I guess, this level you're looking at 18 cents. So it would make sense to short this. I would short XLM.
Nice.
But it could break out. Usually what happens is, you know, the more, on the flip side, the more like a resistance level gets tapped, the more weaker it gets, and vice versa. So I guess it's like the fourth attempt to break this level. Maybe this will be the time that we break it. But I think just looking at the pattern the past like 4 to 8 weeks, I would fade any attempt at a breakout. I think that's the highest probability move.
Yeah, it feels like sort of proxy, sort of, you know, a proxy to Bitcoin, right? You're looking to short Bitcoin, but it's not, you know, it's not a clean short. But then you're looking at the altcoin market, and there's a better risk to reward, and there's a cleaner setup shorting some of the altcoins. So if Bitcoin moves down, altcoins will most likely follow down as well. But there's just no clear structure to be shorting on Bitcoin, in my opinion. Zcash is actually interesting. It's it had that major breakout. I remember we had a live stream when we looked at this major breakout right here. Oh, we got 15 likes. Okay, we're gonna do a giveaway. Nice. Okay. I will come up with a giveaway. Yeah, so we're gonna be spamming the chat in a little bit. I'm gonna be activating the slow mode, and then I want everyone to type in something, and then I'll take all the names, put it into a random name generator, and then we're gonna be selecting the winner from that way. And I'm gonna be doing that in a couple of minutes. let me just go through the markets here. So I believe this is Zcash. This is in a way quite interesting because we did have this major breakout right here and a very slow grind to the downside, right? It wasn't like we went straight up and straight down. It actually, the downwards move happened quite slowly, which I quite like. And then if we measure this move right here, yeah, I like that level below, actually. I don't know. I think, I mean, it kind of looks like an interesting long, but going long on an altcoin here, not sure that's a good idea.
Yeah, Jonathan, like with my system, actually, this would have been kind of, if you switch to my chart, what I would call like a baseline pullback play. So on my chart, I'm using the 55 exponential on Zcash, and you can see it's like just by looking at it visually, it's been acting as a good area of like dynamic support and resistance, like going back to early this year to January. So, with each attempt to test 55, it was rejected here, false breakout here, and then started kind of hovering on 55, finally broke out. And we're currently bouncing off of the 55. So like I would have been a buyer on this candle right here on, I guess, on Sunday. Right now it's up a bit too much for me to make a play on this, but if I actually saw this on Sunday, this would have been a buy for me, just the fact that it's retesting the 55. But right now I think it's too late for an entry if you're using like a EMA based, entry or exit system.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. Yeah, so we're gonna try something here. Let's see. I'm just gonna go in to the settings here. Don't write anything in the comments just yet. Okay, so now I will try something. I'm gonna go into the settings here, and then I'm gonna activate the slow mode. And what I want you all to do when you see the slow mode activating, I want you all to type something into the chat, and I will let you know shortly what that is going to be. How do I edit that though? Man. There we go. Robert, so we got slow mode activated, so I want you all to type in 1. Okay, so we're gonna give it 2 minutes, and everyone types 1 in the comment section, and then we're going to be selecting everyone that types a 1, and we're going to be adding that to a random name generator, and the winner of that one gets a 10K 2steps account. So let's do it right now. We have one. We got 2 people. All right, good. So it's apparently it is working. Good stuff, guys.
We got many new viewers on our live stream.
Yeah, we do. We almost have 400 subscribers. It's not a huge number, but it's very nice to see that we got more people coming in here, enjoying the live show that we have here. We also have Anastasiia. What's up, Anastasiia? Welcome. Yeah, I think you muted.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I
Okay,
was. I actually was. Yes, somehow. I was pretty
Welcome. How are
sure
you
I
today?
did not touch the microphone. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Doing great.
Good.
How are you?
Good. What are you guys trading today?
To be honest, nothing. until we break out of range.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking for shorts on a couple of altcoins. Okay, guys. So the giveaway, we're gonna be I'm gonna be selecting names in 20 seconds. Okay, guys. So type in a 1 in the chat, and in about 15 seconds, I'll be collecting all the names of everyone. I'm gonna be putting that into a little random name generator. All right, there we go.
Have you guys looked at PAX today?
I have.
No.
Yeah. Actually took that long. We were speaking about yesterday.
Today
PAX,
you took the long.
Took it shortly after the stream yesterday, so I'm actually down a bit on it. It's down 0.71%, but I'm gonna stay in it because we're still hovering above the 55 here, and for now, like my stop loss is all the way down at like 4,675 or so. So still have some breathing room on this one, even though it's showing some weakness today. But yeah, I do have a swing daily long on PAX G.
Right. Well, then we are against each other. Let's see who's gonna win, because I did flip short just before the live stream.
That's not good. Anastasiia is always right, as the saying goes.
Hopefully for me. Hopefully for me, yeah, I was long yesterday, but looking at today's price action and how the volume is distributed, I didn't see any more long possibilities. So for the current moment, I'm short, and I'm a little bit in profit. I was short before. I did get out on break even, and because the price was just consolidated, going sideways. So at the current moment, I'm looking for the continuation more down, and I re-entered the short again. So yeah.
And which time frame are you trading again? Is it the 4 hour?
I'm trading 30 minutes. If we can maybe switch to my screen.
Oh, 30 minutes.
Before we do that, let's do the giveaway quickly here. So I have added a bunch of names here. Do we have that one? So maybe you can bring up my screen quickly, and we're just gonna do this giveaway before moving on. Okay, so we got a wheel. Look at that wheel. So I don't really know what's gonna happen here, but I will click this one, and maybe I have to pay something, or there's gonna be ad or whatever. But hopefully there's gonna be a name, and that's gonna be the winner. Okay, so I'm clicking. Oh, look at that, we're clicking. Clickety-click action, like Dirk would say. All right, there we go. That's the winner right now. There we go. Congratulations. What a beautiful little spinning thing we had here. Okay, good stuff. Let's move on to the screen. I think that's you, Anastasiia.
Sorry?
I think that's you. You wanted to show a short on something.
Yeah. I'm short, and I'm quite. It's actually going quite good. I'm short on PAX at the current moment. So I was long initially. My entry point for PAX was last week, and it was approximately here. So the price was just kind of going in and out and back to break even. And the reason I flipped short is because we kind of allocated below all the volume. So this is the weekly point of control so far. We also looking at the structure, right? We did break the low. So we did have the break on structure on the smaller time frame. So especially now, but on the gold, it looks a little bit different. So I don't analyze necessarily the PAX, right? So, but we did have the break of structure here. And besides this, we did have the break of structure earlier already here as well. So we had a temp of the price to kind of go long above the weekly point of control. But since it failed multiple times, I did decide to see the reaction from today's London session. And the reaction was that we were testing this break of structure level several times. We are kind of forming the head and shoulders pattern. So we see this pattern here being formed. We see that this zone here, the gray zone that I have marked up, was tested several times from both sides. So we had a test from the sellers, we have the test from the buyer, the price breaks through, we have another test from seller, and now I'm expecting the price to go further down. Now, that being said, this specific pattern for me, it has a very specific target. So one of the targets is already reached. Usually the target is just below this low. So we just reached this one, the price week down, and it's trying to pull back. Normally, I would like to see the price breaking this low here. So going below this low first, and then towards the previous volume into this area here. So this would be my final target here for PAX. For sure, basically for gold, right? For digitalized gold. I really love the fact that we can trade this on Tradeify Crypto, to be honest with you. So yeah, even if crypto has does absolutely nothing, still can trade this. We're kind of in the middle of the range. So if we look at the bigger perspective, we had a range with several attempts of the fake outs, right, from the both sides. But if we take this into account as an expansion of the range, expanding, then at least towards the previous low here, I see the potential of the price going. So that is my ideas for the current moment on gold. So this is PAX, but at the same time, if I take a look at gold, for example, specifically gold futures, right? Let me just flip to gold. We're going to see exactly the same thing. So this is futures on gold for the CME. We see exactly the same thing. So we are kind of located above the weekly point of control here, above the previous weekly point of control here as well. So we had the 2 weekly volumes in this area. My stop loss is just above this highs for PAX as well, so above this. So I'm still assuming that we might get another rejection like this and then down. I would prefer to not see this obviously happening, but I'm assuming it might. Now on the 5-minute time frame, it kind of looks very similar as well. So what we talked about on PAX just a second ago. So I also have, so let's just do it on PAX basically, so I can show this. So as much as we had break of structure on the higher time frame, I see exactly the same thing on the smaller time frame. So this is 5 minutes. So this is another break of structure for me. So we broke one more time the previous lows, and exactly similar situation. We have this zone that is now tested. So I'm assuming that we might pull back also here now and then go back down again. So that is my whole idea currently for PAX. That's the only thing that I'm holding at the moment. I was also long on S&P earlier, but for crypto today, had nothing, to be fairly honest. I'm assuming that I might take long for Bitcoin when the market opens, but I'm waiting for the US market opening because on the BTC, wait 1 second. Once BTC, USDT. Yeah, I was short yesterday, which didn't work out good. And I want to flip long because of this weekly point of control on the other hand. So we had the rejection of this area multiple times. We have the point of control of this week here. And now the price is trying to reject it, but I don't like these highs. So I don't like how the price was trying to go above 76.5, reach 77, and it constantly failing. And the S&P is right now at the all-time highs. If you take the correlation between the US indices and crypto, I'm assuming that we might get a pullback. So that's why I'm still holding off from buying Bitcoin. But usually a lot of the times when I get stopped out on one of the sides, it means that I can flip to the other side because my stop loss is usually behind the volume. If the price breaks through the volume, it appears on the other side of it. It means that another side took control over this specific area, and it opens me the possibility to go like basically the other side, reverse the trade. But I'm still waiting.
So I'm actually seeing quite a lot of opportunities in the altcoin market to be shorting. I'm just about to open a position on comp here, so I'm sharing trading view here, but it's a pretty simple idea. So I want to short basically this move, but I'll show the entry shortly. But on the daily, I want my stop loss to be above the daily candle closes here, and then TP is going to be somewhere on that retest. And then if we go into the 4 hour here, I want my entry to be up here, because I'm thinking price is probably going to come up and test that breakdown area. It's a very clean level here. You can see that it's actually not untested. You can see how it got a perfect retest on that wick, but it still feels like price wants to come up and test that area, and we still have this area above here. So I'm going to enter limit sell orders here on comp, and that is stop loss based on the candle closes here on the daily, and then I'm just looking to take it down to retest that level, because if the stock market is going to pull back and Bitcoin is going to pull back, I don't really see this happening on comp. And then if you look at the daily, it's one thing I like to do is, like I explained yesterday when looking at altcoins, I'm looking for altcoins that are overextended either to the downside, to the downside in the bull market and to the upside in the bear market. And right now we have a bear market for crypto, so any crypto that is pumping, I'm looking at that and thinking, okay, I want to short this. And here on comp we have obviously a very bearish type of development. So I'm entering orders for this one right now. It's only 1.64 R. But to me, the risk to reward is very important, but it's not the most important thing. For me, the most important thing is to see a structure that just makes sense and trade it, right? As long as it's above 1 R or 1.5 R, I still feel like I can take that trade. Now, of course, and so for me, it's not about, it's not about the individual R of a trade, but it's about the average risk to reward of many trades combined. So I'm entering a trade on this one. It's going to be limit. I usually don't set limit orders. I usually enter at market, but in this case, I feel like that level is quite obvious. So yeah, let's go. Let's take a trade on that one. We're in. No, we're not in, but we have a limit order set. So let's see if we have anything else here that is overextended. So Tau, obviously this was one of the altcoins that was overextended. And I remember we talked about this and said, if support is broken, then we want to short this. Now, obviously it broke, but it broke too quickly for me to catch. RSR, another one where we're getting rejected at resistance. This is another one where I want to take a position as well. Now, this one I can enter at market. Let's look at the 4 hour. Yeah, this to me looks okay to enter. So this one I'm just going to take a small position. Stops above the daily wick, because I don't think we're going to be moving higher. And then I'm just thinking that this will be moving down towards range lows. And front running the range lows. So I'm entering a position on RSR at the market. So I'm going to be entering a few altcoins here, basically the same setup, but I'm splitting it up into different altcoins. So I'm thinking 4 or 5 altcoins with 0.25% per trade. So it's going to be 1 till 1.25% total risk across all the altcoins. So one thing I know that a lot of you coming in here, you're trading the futures market, or maybe you're trading the CFDs market, the Forex market, and you're new to crypto. And because obviously we have a lot of traders coming in from Tradeify Crypto, the futures, and no, Tradeify futures, right? And one thing you have to understand when you're getting into crypto is that everything is very correlated. It's sort of like if you see a short setup on the S&P 500 and you see the Nasdaq at the resistance at the same time, a lot of times you'll see that it's going to be almost the same setup, right? If the S&P 500 falls at resistance, most likely the Nasdaq will follow. And it's the same thing across the whole crypto market. So you can see, for example, on RSR, it's pretty much the same setup as XLM. And if you go to maybe Tau, well, not Tau, but most altcoins will be in the same type of structure and show the same type of behavior. So if you're entering let's say you're entering 4 altcoin setups at the same time, you're pretty much entering the same setup in a sense. So you have to divide risk up into between the positions. So that's what I'm doing here. So RSR. So I got DX Trader, the platform to the right of me here, and TradingView in front of me. So I just have to copy everything I'm doing. The account that I have here at Tradeify Crypto does not look great. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It did look very good, and then I decided to be a day trader for a day and gave it all back. It's like everything's just going so well. It's like I'm swing trading. Everything's just going so well. I'm relaxed. I'm making money. I see my equity going up. And like, oh my god, I'm such a good trader. Now I just have to take 10 trades a day instead of 1. And yeah, and then we know exactly what happens.
That's me every time
That's
that I go out of the average assets that I trade. I have specific assets that I trade, and now I'm like, ooh, but that's exactly the same setup on this other asset, the other instrument.
Yeah.
And then a couple of hours later, I remember exactly why I only trade this specific instruments and nothing else.
Yeah, it's so typical. It's
So guys, I have went shorts on Ethereum.
You're shorting Ethereum?
Yeah.
Ooh,
1:1.
I also want to short Ethereum. Well, show me the short.
Below because it is below the previous week point of control and daily point of control. I think it will reach lower.
Yeah. A massive selling going on right now on Bitcoin. I guess it's affecting Ethereum as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I should leverage these altcoins with adding some risk to Bitcoin. Because honestly, like if Bitcoin is going to completely retrace what we've done in the last few days, the risk to reward for short is very, very good, because the chances are, I mean, if the stock market for some reason is going to pull back into its range and kind of, I believe we're going to have some earnings, right? We're going to have Netflix. What was that yesterday? I can't remember. We're going to have some bigger companies coming out with earnings. I'm not sure if it's going to be some tech giants or if we're going to have some numbers coming out from the AI industry, but it would be interesting to see if there's any type of bearish catalyst for stocks to not continue higher, and some type of risk of development in Iran. Bitcoin will go straight down. Like it's just waiting for bad news, because the thing with Bitcoin right now is good news is just pulling up a little bit, but bad news is just completely crushing it. So I definitely see an asymmetrical risk to reward type of setup here. I'm not saying I'm very bearish on Bitcoin here. I'm just saying that the risk to reward for shorts just seems like the simple trade here. Yeah, I'm gonna go short.
Yeah. Just looking at the order flow, like it's so negative right now. It's mostly just large sell orders right now. With the
I mean, you can get like
going down.
You can even get 1.8. If you switch over to my screen, you can even get like 1.8 risk to reward with a very wide stop loss, just down to 70k. So this is actually the short that I wanted to take yesterday, right? I got stopped out on yesterday's short because I had too tight stop loss. I had my stop loss here, right? But looking at this just from the daily perspective and putting the stop loss all the way above this one, you're still looking at 1.6R. So it's like there's a lot of room for error here. But I feel like the path of least resistance is still to the downside. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like it's just heavier. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Okay, Trump is apparently speaking. Is he speaking right now? I'm going to go to, let's see. We go to Bloomberg. Do we have anyone speaking? Let's see.
The headline from Zero Hedge is Trump says Iran can expect bombs as world tensely awaits second Pakistan talks.
Yeah, he's live right now.
Maybe we can listen to him. I don't know.
Yeah, let me see. I'm not sure how long this speech will be, though. Okay, we can see. Well, let me see if I can switch over to my screen and see if we have any. Can you guys see and hear this?
Israel or any of our allies. We have allies in the Middle East, great countries that are allies. And they were staying out of it until they got hit. Someday they'll have to do a story. Why did he do that? Why did they do that? But they were going to hit them. If I didn't hit them first, they were going to hit our allies first. I believe, upon information and belief, but I believe that he was going to, they were going to take over the Middle East. They were looking to take over the Middle East. Now, had Operation Midnight Hammer not taken place, that was definite, because they would have had a nuclear weapon within a matter of weeks. But that took place. That was a setback. But look at the number of missiles they were able to buy and make over the last 6 months. And those missiles were aimed at very...
Okay, so let me stop here. We have Trump just said a couple of minutes ago, he said that the US military is ready to go into Iran, saying that we are ready to go into Iran militarily. And they also say they have caught Iranian ships yesterday with gifts to China. I don't know what that means, like what type of gifts. And he said then said, I thought I had an understanding with the president of China. So yeah, interesting.
These countries. And when you look at, I don't think so, no, we get along very well on this. He was, I would say, philosophically a little bit different than me. I think he was maybe less enthusiastic about going, but he was quite enthusiastic.
Yeah, but dropping
I felt it was something we had to do. I didn't feel we had a choice. If we didn't do it, they would have done it to us. I felt, based on the negotiations that were being had by Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner and Marco and Pete and everybody was involved, I felt that they were looking to tap us along before they hit, and I thought they were going to hit. And if they hit us first, that would have been a very bad thing. In the back, please, in the back.
Seizing the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, well, I want to keep it open. I want to keep it good. You know, it doesn't pertain to us so much as it does to China. We're really helping China here and other countries, because they get a lot of their energy from the straits. But Hey, look, we have a good relationship with China. It's my honor to do it. Yeah.
Leader, you have called him an unacceptable choice. So does he have a target on his back? And how can you say
I don't want to say whether or not he does because that would be inappropriate. But hey, look, I had a target on my back because, as you people wrote pretty well, they caught the assassin that was after me. So we just got them first, but they caught the assassin. They have him now in custody, those after me. So, but people don't like to mention that, but they did catch him. And I'd like to congratulate our military, Secret Service, FBI, all of the people that worked on that, but they did. Yeah, please. Go ahead. No, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. You promised the Iranian people you would help them, but it sounds like you're willing to end this fight after your military objectives have wrapped up. Isn't that a betrayal?
Will I help them? I'd like to, if they can behave. But they've been very menacing. They're great people. They have an amazing population. Amazing, smart, brilliant, energetic. They have a great. I'd love to help them, but.
Right, so I'm going to jump into the charts here, but I think what I'm reading from this and what I'm getting from the news outlets and the comments coming through is that there's definitely a shift now. We went from having a ceasefire, potential talks. Like, it's just, it's okay. Void says it's the wrong one, wrong stream. It's on the CNBC. So is this an old one? Oh, really? Am I watching an old one? When is this one from, though? Well, that's embarrassing. Let me switch over to my trading view. So Void in the chat says that this is wrong stream. Right, he's live on CNBC, but still, we got the comments from Financial Juice, and they're saying that the U.S. military is ready to go into Iran. And Trump also said that I would be disappointed if the new Fed chair does not cut rates, and that he defends the action in Iran despite market and oil impact. And we're also getting some interesting comments on Anthropic. So you guys know Anthropic is the creator of Claude AI. Says that they had good talks with Anthropic, and it's possible that they can work out a deal. Okay, interesting. Anyway, so on this, we have Bitcoin moving lower. Let me open up my trading, my DX Trader platform here as well. So I still kind of like risk to reward here on Bitcoin for a short. What are you guys thinking?
About Bitcoin short?
Yeah.
I can go, Anastasiia.
Yeah, I'm thinking if I want to wait until the hourly candle closure.
Yeah. Getting a nice pullback from point of control.
If you look at the smaller time frame, 3-5 minutes, yeah, sure, maybe going in short right now doesn't look so bad. If I look at the high time frames, if it's gonna pull back above the previous volume in the top of the hour, I'm not sure I would like to short that. In general, I'm quite short biased on the Bitcoin. Like in general, I think we are moving inside of the channel. And we did reach the top of this channel as well. Let me just switch back to BTC USDT. So in general, I am short biased overall. So I don't think it's a bad idea in general to go short on BTC. I would just wait either the hourly candle closure for myself probably, or the pullback towards the daily point of control, approximately 76 or 90, maybe a couple of more dollars, like $100 more, something to place a limit order before shorting it again. At least like this, cutting off potential risks. But if you want to scalp, I think it doesn't look bad actually. Overall, I'm short. I'm completely short biased on this.
Yeah. For me, it's a no trade zone. Like looking at the 4 hours, we're right between the upper range at 77.7 and 73.7. So now I'm a swing trader. Like I guess the 4 hours, the lowest time frame I would look at. But yeah, no trade zone for me on the 4 hour, and on the daily, likewise, just very choppy and just very neutral to bearish for me on Bitcoin, especially just looking at the order flow as well. Very negative, I guess, following the whatever Trump said. So doesn't look like there's a lot of buyers following whatever Trump said regarding the Strait of Hormuz or any peace talks. So yeah, I'm in line with you guys about the bearishness in Bitcoin.
My only concern is that still have that 80K, 85K whole region where I'm expecting to see a rejection if we hit that level. And just like you're saying, Boris, maybe this is a no trade zone for me as well, because I might be shorting this, have a stop loss above 79K, get stopped out, short again, get stopped out, and then eventually when we reach the actual level where we get the rejection, I've already been stopped out multiple times, right? So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens here, guys. I gotta jump off. I have a meeting. I'll be back in about 15, 20 minutes or so. Still not sure about that gold Bitcoin short. We'll see when I get back. Maybe I've entered the position during this meeting. I'll be back in just a bit. Okay, see you soon.
See you, Jonathan. Okay. And as Jonathan is not sure about his short, I'm actually waiting for the hourly candle closure in just less than a minute from now. And if it closes below the volume, I'm probably gonna go short on this one, because this is the same zone as we talked about yesterday. So looking at the bigger perspective, we tested the top of the channel almost, right? We barely missed it, depending on which quote provider we are looking at. So we tested the zone of the volume. We tried to go higher once again, and right now we are again failing on the macroeconomical data on the Trump speech to go above the previous volumes. At the top of the hour, we did close below the volume, so I think I'm gonna re-enter this trade that I had before and go short with the same target as I had. So that's approximately 1 to 5 risk to reward potentially. We tested the yesterday's, so not the yesterday's, but if you look at this whole move to downside, the previous high was exactly at the value area high. So we tested this, and now the price is failing. So I think short is looking quite good, to be fairly honest with you. So I'm entering short right now for BTC.
What's your target?
My target is this whole area here, this whole volume area. So at least the value area of this zone is 72,500, and the maximum I'm gonna go and aim for 71,750.
Mm-hmm.
So this whole gray area. is where I'm expecting the price to pull back, but potentially. Although in general, my target is much lower. So in general, I think we're gonna see around 50 something K. I'm not gonna hold this trade in general until that point, obviously. But I'm short at the moment right now.
I mean, if we get closure below the point of control on intraday perspective on 30-minute on BTC, then it will be great for shorts. But I think the point of control of BTC is holding Ethereum as well. That's why we got the wick, and it is still reacting from the daily open, so it's working as a support area. If we can close below that area, it's going to be clean shorts. But we are currently taking support.
Yeah, I like it. I'm already in the short right now.
Can we get a flush lower in one straight candle?
Let's see. You're shorting Ethereum though, no?
Yeah. Because Ethereum is weaker than Bitcoin, so it will reach previous swing lows before than Bitcoin. So Ethereum looks good for shorts.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Doge as well, but Doge is taking support in this 4-hour support. It can also go lower till 0.9310.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about your thoughts on Doge, but I guess you just answered that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm holding back
Doge is actually the
BTC short at the moment. Yeah, go for it.
Doge is the only pair which has very less commission, I feel. If we want to trade as an intraday trader, it's the best pair to trade. Only for intradays. Swing traders won't even notice the commission fee.
Let's see. I'm both short for PAX and I'm both short for BTC at the moment.
So you're holding two positions?
Yeah.
Different pairs?
Yeah, two positions right now. Just my daily life. BTC and PAX. Gold and Bitcoin every day, all the same.
So what's your downside target for gold?
For gold, my target right now is 4.7. But that's on PAX. So if you take gold futures, for example, that would be at least 4.75. And then I want to see if we reach 4.7, 4.68 something. So for gold futures, it would be this area here that I'm interested in, and this area here. And that's how PAX is looking. So this is this main area of my target, this whole consolidation. So 4.7, 4.68, depending on where you look at. We just, the reason also I was short is because we tested the daily point of control here. So the daily point of control is exactly on this high. So we did pull back, as we were talking about, towards this zone, gray zone. So the highs and the daily point of control is now pulling back down. At least I'm thinking we're gonna go here, which already gives me approximately 1-to-1 risk to reward. So if we break this low, I'm gonna move my stop loss to break even on this one and keep holding it.
Is that a custom indicator for a daily point of control you have?
Sorry?
Is that a custom indicator you have for daily point of control?
No, I'm using the PVP on TradingView. And this is just a line with my notes.
Okay.
So no, nothing special. There we go. Not looking too bad. Bitcoin is a little bit in profit, very little. Okay, I'm probably gonna move my packs to break even. Yeah, moving my stop loss slightly in profit. I don't trust Trump and the current macroeconomical situation to hold it without my stop loss to break even.
Yeah, definitely risky to be holding anything right now. Although over the past day, like,
yeah,
Rave is actually recovering. I'm talking about Rave only because it's the only like interesting coin that's actually doing something. So according to Crypto Bubbles, this one, I guess it recovered from yesterday. I think we were talking about how it was like pump and dump basically, but now, yeah, it's recovered quite significantly from the lows. Yeah, that's crazy. It went from 43 cents now back up to 1.68 cents. But I wouldn't touch this thing. This is way too volatile.
Actually, Akram in the comments is right. He's saying that new chairman of Federal Reserve is going to be testifying at 4:00 Central European time, which is essentially in just 52 minutes from now. That's going to be interesting.
That could actually impact the price of crypto. And what time is that? 4 p.m. Eastern or?
It's 4 p.m. Central European time, so 51 minutes, 50 minutes from now, basically.
Oh, okay.
So just after the market opening. Let's see. Yeah, it depends what he's gonna say basically about the rate cuts, right? And the upcoming monetary policy of the Federal Reserve, because the whole reason while Trump, one of the many reasons, but one of the main ones that Trump chose Kevin as a new Federal Reserve president is because he wants the rates to be cut, right? He wants a softer monetary policy, which Powell is not willing to give due to Powell's view on basically the market, which I don't think is bad, right? Because the economy was able to be survived through the whole stuff the past year. So, but depending on obviously what he's going to say, we're going to have probably a lot of moves in the market in the next hour and a half, including crypto, including stock market, including gold as well. I'm right now in profit for PAX. Quite a good move that we see as well. I moved my stop loss to break even. BTC is a little bit in profit, so I'm holding those two. I think the majority of the moves we're gonna see when he testifies, although in 20 minutes we have the market opening as well.
It will probably flush the market because at 9:30 you mainly see a good volume and manipulation maybe. So it can go lower aggressively.
Yeah. Boris, I see you are looking at the probabilities of the rate cuts. So what is the current? Because I haven't checked it for a little bit.
Yes, actually, I'm looking at the plots for different date. Yeah, so for the 29th, it's actually like 99.5. It will remain the same. So 350 to 375 basis points. And then really the only date starts to diverge is around the September period. Yeah, around September, that's where the odds get a little bit more mixed. So by September, the market is only pricing in an 80% chance that rates will remain the same. And then there's a possibility of a quarter rate cut, like 17% probability of a quarter rate cut for the 16th of September meeting, which is still quite far off. So I'm guessing based on his comments, this is going to affect the rate cuts later on in the year, not necessarily like the next couple of cycles. They're pretty much pricing in a 99% chance that rates will remain the same into the beginning of the summer. So I'll be watching if these odds change, like from, let's say, September and October, because that's when things like start to diverge, especially when you get to the end of the year.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's a 5% probability that there could be a 50 basis point cut. So I'm thinking if after his speech, if this, depending on how dovish or hawkish his speech is, the market wants to see higher odds of a lower rate cut. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking at what the probabilities are for later dates in October and December, because it looks like everyone agrees that in the near term rates will remain the same.
Yeah, we have the same probability. I'm curious how it's going to change after the testimony. What is the date? I don't remember, of the inauguration of the new president of the Federal Reserve.
It's a good question. I'm actually not sure myself.
I'm checking this. Good question. Okay, Powell term ends May 15. All right. So this probability of the rate cut is not going to be affected on the 29th of April, but the 17th of June already might, because we have less than a month left for inauguration.
Yeah, but also the board has to agree, right? It's not just. I'm actually not too familiar with the politics of how they work of the Federal Reserve Board, but I do believe it has to be like a decision among all the Federal Reserve governors, not just the head.
Yeah, it should be practically. There should be a specific percentage. However, well, first of all, we know how these things go with Trump, and secondly, I would say that it's gonna highly depend on basically, let's say that last year we had a lot of miscommunication in the Federal Reserve, right? So misunderstandings and disagreements. So I think it's gonna highly depend on this once Kevin takes the place of the president of the Federal Reserve as well.
Yeah, I agree. Ayush, do you take interest rate decisions into account when you're trading?
No, actually, I don't look at numbers I only look at volume,
Okay.
profile, and price candles. That's it.
Yeah.
I actually tried it when I was trading Forex, but it didn't go well. So
Mhm. So do you look at any like macro indicators, or you only stick to volume, profile, and your
just supply
version
demand
of
zones,
technical analysis?
volume profile. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I use this website called MMT, which they have really nice for order flow trading, and it's really easy to access. So only this and trading view and just some supply demands, keeping it simple. And the
Got
best
it.
thing to use in crypto is the correlation between Ethereum and Bitcoin in order to understand which one is actually going to give you target first than the other. And same with Doge. And it's currently trying to go, taking support at weekly point of control. So it can also go lower once we close below this red point of control, and it will go straight to a weekly open. Same plan for Ethereum, but I think it's waiting for NY open.
Yeah.
So currently
New
in
York
shorts, and
Open
I'm
is
holding
in
it. Yeah,
13 minutes.
in 15 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, the ETH Bitcoin ratio, like I'm looking at it on the weekly, it looks very weak to me. Like we had this, well, if you guys were looking at Ethereum like last year in August of 2025, we had this big uptrend. Let me remove my lines because it don't really make any sense here. But ETH Bitcoin, the ratio had a huge uptrend up to the 0.04, what is that? 0.0252 region. And then ever since then, it's just been a slow like grind down. And yeah, we've been getting these sharp like upper wicks to the upside for ETH BTC. So it looks like, you know, sellers are stepping in and they're just selling Ethereum against Bitcoin. And really, if you just ignore this whole like pump we had during the say May to August period, like Ethereum versus Bitcoin has been like in a downtrend for almost 5 years now. Like if I just circled this, yeah, if you ignored it, like everything else, Ethereum Bitcoin has been kind of in an ugly downtrend since 2021, which I guess was the last time we had a proper alt season, or I guess that was the end of alt season at that time.
And look at YouTube chat. It's not moving after Jonatan left the stream.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
Well,
Jonathan
he's
is
back.
back.
I am back.
So what did you decide about your BTC short?
Yeah, I haven't really decided. I don't know. I feel like I want to
Hey, Jonathan,
still. I feel like I still want
Rave
to
is up
short.
155% since
Oh,
yesterday.
what is that? That's crazy.
And because
Okay.
the market is so boring, let's just look at the shitcoin again. Excuse my language. But you know, you're talking about how it's a pump and dump yesterday, but it actually recovered, believe it or not, like 250% from the lows. So it went as low as 73 cents, and now it's back at $2. So maybe we'll see this. I mean, I can't believe this went as high as $30, and now it's at $2.
Yeah,
That's
no,
crazy.
it's crazy. Insane. All right, so I still have some positions open. I have the RSR short. I got the orders in for comp. Looks like comp is moving lower. I kind of feel like maybe I'm gonna keep that open. I'm gonna keep that open, that limit order. Hype, I like hype for long. XLM, that's right. I was gonna short XLM, but I was thinking of waiting for the daily can. Nah, I'm not gonna wait. There's no reason to wait. There's no reason to wait on this one. If this is resistance, then price shouldn't go above that wick. So yeah, I might just better get a better entry here. I mean, I feel like it's so. I mean, I'm gonna short this tomorrow anyway. So I'm just gonna short it now. Let's put it at 456. Okay, where's the TP on this one then? Are we gonna take it down to the range EQ for 2R, or just assume that it's gonna completely die and go down to range lows? Let's do the range lows. Okay, XLM. Let's go short on XLM. All right, guys, let's do a giveaway. Let's do a giveaway. What type of giveaway do we want to do today? How many likes do we have? Someone check the likes in the comment section. Let me know how many likes we have, and we'll come up with something fun to do here.
You have 22, if I'm not mistaken, but let me check again.
22, 25. We should have way more than that. Okay, 30 likes. Let's hit 30 likes. At 30 likes, we'll do a giveaway.
24 we have, exactly.
Okay. 30 likes and we'll do a giveaway. And the way we're going to do the giveaway is because we don't have too many people in the live stream today. Everyone that has commented on this live stream, we're going to be entering in the giveaway. You only get one entry though, so it's not about how much you write, but if you have written anything within the comment section, then you'll be entered into a random name generator. Oh, you know what? That's right. We had a discussion of doing a price prediction giveaway, and I'm gonna set up a system for that because I want to, like every Monday, I want you guys to predict the every Monday I want you guys to predict the weekly candle close on the Monday live stream, right? And then we're gonna do the next week after. We're gonna do like a massive prize for the winner, right? So the person that comes close to the price of the weekly candle close, which is on Sunday, will get a massive price on the Monday after the close. So and that's kind of interesting because it's one thing guessing where the next 5-minute candle will close, but it's one thing to guess, where is this weekly candle going to close on a Monday. So that's going to be interesting. And then we're going to have a limit, right? So if no one is within, I don't know, like a 5K or 2K area within that, then nobody wins, because we want to make it so that your trading skills actually pays off, So you'll actually have to analyze the chart and see, okay, where's the highest probability of seeing a weekly close. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna be, I'm setting up a system for that. I haven't decided exactly how to do it, but yes, we will at 30 likes. We'll be doing another giveaway for a 10K two-step account. XLM, I'm gonna be entering a trade on this. Let me see where they had a short tool right here. Gonna copy all the numbers here into DX Trader platform. All right, so currently I have 2 open positions. I got RSR and XLM. Do we have anything else I'm watching? I like ARB as well for potential short. I feel like this is way overextended. This shouldn't be trading here. ENA getting a rejection here as well. I think this is short. ENG, there's no real reason for this to be trading, you know, there's no real reason for this to be pumping 400% in a bear market. I don't really, you know, I don't feel like that's justifiable. And if you look at the weekly, this is just way overextended. If we add the linear regression channel here, we can... so I also, this is the arithmetic chart. And for those of you in the comment section, when you're trading futures, you're not really going to see much of a difference between the logarithmic and the arithmetic chart. Now, the arithmetic chart is like the original price chart that you see, and then you can activate the log scale, the logarithmic scale, and it's going to look like this, which is I would say the correct way of viewing the market on the bigger picture, on the higher time frames, because what the logarithmic scale does, it standardizes all the moves according to percentages. So it doesn't care how much price has moved in terms of dollar value. It only cares how much price has moved in percentage value. So a 10% move will always be the same size, no matter where it happens on a logarithmic scale. But if you look at the arithmetic scale, this one right here, then it measures this after. You'll see that every move, like a 10% move. Well, let's just do a 100% move here. Okay, so we'll do a 100% move, and you'll see that when I move this around, the percentage will change. Right? You can see that. So up here, this move is 13%, and if we move it down, this move down here will be, you know, down here it's going to be 330,000%, or is, you know, 1,000% down here. So, but it's the same move. It looks the same on the chart, right? Now, if you switch this to the log scale, you will see that 38%, it will always be 38%. No matter where you look at the chart, it's always going to be the same percentage move. So using like looking at the arithmetic scale, you look at ENG and you're going to say, well, this is just a dead project. Nothing happens here. That's because you have this, which kind of destroys the whole chart. But if you zoom in, you'll see this. But if you switch to log scale, you're going to see that perspective, wherever you look. So if we add the linear regression channel, and I believe we need to, I don't think we can use this on the log scale though. So we'll have to look at the arithmetic scale. You can kind of, actually, this makes no sense. I need to find the version that works on a log scale. But the idea here is that price historically seems very overextended to the upside. And you usually never have any sustained moves to the upside at all. So to me, this looks like a obvious short. So I'm going to go in and short this one as well. On the weekly, I think I feel like it's likely for us to retrace down into the reload zone, and obviously I have to adjust this for the log scale. That's going to be down here.
So again, Jonathan, what are you shorting now?
ENG.
Okay.
I think this is engine.
I'm shorting Bitcoin at the moment, so.
Nice.
Because when you left, the hourly candle closed and I went short. So it's slightly in profit at the moment as well. Wait, I'm going to switch over to Bitcoin. So it's like this. It's a little bit in profit. I do like kind of the rejection that we got from the daily point of control. So it's right here. And from the overall 4-hour time frame, it's on the top of the channel. So since we did close finally on the hourly below the weekly point of control here, we didn't pull back further up. I decided to go short. We did an attempt to go higher, so it tested the daily volume and it's now pulling back down again. So I'm holding this position. I'm holding short on PUCs. With a stop loss on break even, but it is pulling back right now quite heavily. And Void in the comments was actually mentioning that we're going to have a speech from Kevin, the new Federal Reserve president, who's going to be inaugurated on the May 15th after Powell's term is up. So it's in 28 minutes from now. So I think it's going to be quite interesting also. And we're going to probably have a lot of volatility depending on what is going to be said regarding the rates. So that's something that potentially could move the market as well. We did have the market opening just 2 minutes ago as 2 US markets. So I want you to see which kind of rejections we're going to get. So our gold for the current moment is pulling back, but Bitcoin is starting to pick up some momentum in my direction. So
yeah, I'm in profit on RSR and XLM. So it looks like the momentum is happening to the downside. I think ENG is going to break down here. We have a blow off top, and I don't really see a reason for this to be trading higher. So, but this is just a 2-hour trade, and we're looking at a basically halving in value. We're looking at a 50% move to the downside. But I feel like I can't have a tighter stop loss than this. So yeah, let's just do it. Usually when you get a big move like this, I'd like to have a much higher risk reward, but I think this is good. I'm starting to have quite a few positions open now, so I need to... Can't really open anything else here because that will just add risk. All right. I wonder if gold, what's happening with gold?
Gold is pulling back.
Yeah.
So good for me.
Akram in the chat is saying that gold missed his stop loss just with $1 because he was going long. And it just reversed right before his stop loss. Lucky day.
Yeah, $1. $1 on gold is nothing.
It's nothing, yeah.
All right, Ayush, what are you? You're still short, right?
Yeah. I mean, surprisingly, BTC is actually looking good for shorts now, but let's see if we close below daily open, then it can go lower for Ethereum as well. For now, it's just ranging in the above my entry, and if we manage to close below daily open, it can go easily lower. And we also have this support level at minor support level at 738, and just want Bitcoin to close below, and it will be good for Ethereum. And nothing on Doge because it is still in the 4-hour support zone, so not really looking good for shorts.
Like I just want to short Bitcoin till like 65K. Yeah.
Looking at the hourly crypto bubbles, Actually, this is quite useful because on Crypto Bubbles you can switch between the daily, weekly, monthly, but looking at it on the hourly, it's good to see how the market is moving hour to hour. So over the past hour, pretty much everything is in the red on Crypto Bubbles, including Bitcoin, including our favorite Rave token. Now it's down 4% in the last hour. Only thing that's up is XMR. Actually, Monero, for those who trade this privacy coin, is looking quite strong on the daily, although I'm not sure if it's tradable on Tradeify Crypto. But if it was, this is one of the stronger.
Did you say Monero?
No, I don't. Yeah, actually, I don't want to call it an altcoin anymore because it is. Oh, perfect. Monero is like a very old school coin. It's been around since I don't know the exact launch date, but I would call it almost like a blue chip coin at this point.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the daily here. Let me go on my moving average here. It's actually breaking above the 55 EMA here for the first time since this whole range since February. So if this candle can close above 375, I think we could get a push on Monero back to $400 easily. Monero is even looking quite bullish on the week, like relatively bullish, like it's holding the 55 exponential, which for me is a bullish sign, while Bitcoin is actually well below the 55 EMA. So Monero is actually one of my few holdings that I have in my crypto portfolio. That I really believe in this project.
Yeah, Monero is very strong, yeah. But I think the issue with Monero is the possibility of regulation hurting it because of the fact that it's one of those old school privacy coins and it has very good privacy. It's impossible to track the transactions, which is one of the reason why a lot of the bigger exchanges doesn't have Monero. You can't deposit Monero into the exchange and you can't withdraw Monero. And there's a reason for that, is because it's then going to be impossible for regulators and authorities to actually track where the money is going.
XMR is actually, you can still buy it on Kraken, and it's regulated in the US. While I remember when Binance delisted it back, I think that was like a couple of years ago, that caused a major price crash in Monero. But I find it funny that Kraken, well, not funny, I find it interesting that Kraken is still listing it, and you can easily buy and sell it on Kraken, or Kraken, I don't even know how you pronounce it. But for those who want a little bit more privacy, you can actually buy this on Kraken, which is one of my favorite spot exchanges.
Yeah, but you can't withdraw it, right?
Yes, you can.
Oh, you can. Interesting.
Yeah, I buy it. I withdraw it to my Cake. I use Cake Wallet, which also supports Monero and Bitcoin, and I think it's one of the best wallets for Monero as well.
That's interesting. So you can buy Monero and you can withdraw it. That's yeah, that's interesting. Okay, but I do think it's just a matter of time until it's going to be very difficult to get hold of privacy coins.
Which is why I should buy more. So I'm going to buy more Monero after.
I mean, there might be a case where privacy coins are going to be needed more and more, but the supply is going to be low because of the fact that it's going to be difficult to actually get hold of the privacy coins.
Because I actually bought this plant using Monero because I don't want anyone tracking how do I buy my plants,
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
As we have the speech of Kevin Boris, and just 19 minutes from now there was an article from TradingView on his impact potential on crypto, and essentially, did you know that his combined household assets is more than 192 million, but it includes the stakes in Solana, Optimism, Dapper Labs, and so on. Yeah, so if Senate is essentially not going to block his intervention into the crypto, into the crypto market, he might be the first chairman of the Federal Reserve who will push the crypto.
But the thing is, as a head of Federal Reserve, you have to, if you have to sell anything, you have to report. I think if you have to sell or maybe even make big purchases, you have to report well in advance that you're going to do it. And I have a very hard time seeing how. I mean, he's probably is holding it for the, but it's weird. It feels like a conflict of interest, especially now with the Trump family being very into crypto for all the wrong reasons, I believe. It's just it feels weird that Trump is then appointing a new Fed chair, and he's a stakeholder in Solana. I mean, what? It's probably nothing. It's probably just him as a person likes the project and wants to make money like everyone else. But it doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah, but there's the same as what we talked about with Tony, when he was here. It also doesn't sit really well that the president of US and his family is the biggest private Bitcoin holder in the world. That also doesn't really sit well with the law of the insiders trading, does it? So, with Trump becoming a president, there is, I think, a very big room and space for variations of the law, including, I think, the Federal Reserve, and it's including also the fact that the reason he's appointing Kamen is because he wants a different monetary policy, and probably also expecting it to affect the stock market and the crypto market.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Personal trader crypto says, can I buy Pepe or Doge is better? If the question is choosing between those two, I'd just split it up into both. If you had to buy one of them, I'd buy both. Pretty much. Yeah. Like Void is saying.
I don't know if you guys remember, but back when Trump was president in 2016, he wasn't a really big Bitcoin guy. It was only when he was running for president in, I guess 2024, when he flipped to being a supporter of crypto. I guess to get the younger generation to vote for him. So I don't really believe that I honestly think he's gonna sell all of his crypto. He just did that to get votes.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, it's quite obvious, I believe. But I mean, at the time, I was happy about it. When we were in the bull market and everyone was hyping up Bitcoin and everything was, everyone was happy. And at the time, I'm like, yeah, why not? Let's do it. But then they launched World Liberty Token, I believe.
Yeah.
And when they launched that, I looked at the tokenomics and I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, I've seen this before. I've been rug pulled in 2017 many times. I've seen the money grab before. This is exactly what we saw in the ICO hype and the altcoin bull run of 2017. And we all know how that ended. And we know that 99% of all the projects out there was just to pump it up. And it's exactly the same type of tokenomics in Trump's own backed. And then after the World Liberty token or whatever it was called, I think it was called that. After that, we can't forget he and his wife launched their own crypto tokens with the help of their son, and it's like at that point I'm like, okay, they're just making it's just a joke to them. It's just a joke to them. It's like the people that find crypto in a bull market, and you have an altcoin season, and you're like, oh, I gotta create a coin. They did that, but just after everyone else did it, and they probably hyped this up, and all the MAGA people and all their supporters were like, yeah, let's buy this, let's get all into this. And now look at Trump. Look at Trump. We need to go and look at Trump coin. We go to the weekly, and this is a log scaler. Yeah, so I mean, this is President Trump's own project being down on Binance, went down 98%. Currently, it's down about 96%. This is the person running the United States of America, launching his own crypto token with his wife. Now let's look at that.
I'm sure Melania must be doing much better, right?
I mean, just look at the wicks. This is on the weekly, okay? Let's just flip to 1 hour here. This is crazy. This is just insane. I mean, okay, but look at the log scale. But this is crazy, when you flip to a log scale and it's still looking terrible, it's really, really bad. This is just insane right here. So anyone saying that Trump is good for crypto, or Trump is good for, crypto regulations and all of that, I don't know. I think he's destroying the industry. So what I recommend that everyone, but it's not financial advice, but go get your evaluation account and just short these altcoins to zero, because most of these altcoins out there, and I'm talking about most of the altcoins that we have listed on Tradeify Crypto as well, the path of least resistance is to the downside. And if you go and look at a website like CoinMarketCap, and you look at the average returns of the altcoin market, 99% of all the projects out already dead. It's dead projects. So just pick a random coin. You look at some, and this is the reason why I'm looking at ENG, right? And I'm looking at this coin. If you look at this on a weekly, like, there's a reason I'm shorting this. Look at this chart. When I started investing in crypto, I was looking at a chart like this, and I'm like, wow, look at what might happen if we get back to the all-time highs. I'll make 8,000%, so I would invest maybe 1% of my portfolio into this, and just hoping to make, a 10 to 100 times my investment. But now, if simply flipping on the log scale, going into the daily, what I see is just a dead project that is overextended to the upside, because some people out there have gone crazy on leverage and speculation on a project that has no value whatsoever. So as a trader, you're looking at this, and where's the mean price? Where's that rubber band gonna snap back to? And obviously, it's to the downside. You can't look at a chart like this and say, this will make me rich. You can, however, you look at something like we talked about TRX, and this is different. TRX is just the complete opposite, So there are actually altcoin projects out there which has been in the bull markets, and throughout bear markets, it has still been holding up. I don't really know much about TRX. I know it's Justin Sun's coin, and he's a very colorful character in crypto.
Yeah, I agree with you on Sean. It's actually actually, I didn't talk about it today, but it's a weekly swing trade for me. And I took this once it broke above like 32 cents. So I'm still holding this. I'm looking for it to maybe get as high as 36 cents on the weekly. So this is one of the few crypto assets that I'm bullish on, because this one is, if you look at it, it's like in a perpetual uptrend since 2023 or 20. Yeah, it's been an uptrend for like 3 years now.
Yeah, it's quite impressive. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add every single one in the comment section. I'm gonna be adding everyone to that giveaway wheel now that we hit 30. So if you have written a message in the chat today, you will be eligible to win an account. Okay, go ahead. You were saying something, Anastasiia.
I was just about to say that we did hit the 30 likes, but you were first.
Nice.
You
Okay.
were a little bit faster.
All right, let's see if we can set this up. While I do that, maybe you guys have something you want to show. We got Boris screen up right now.
Yes, looking at the order flow, again, like still negative since the New York Open, getting more big sells rather than buys. And then the other two I want to look at was the liquidation heat maps. So actually one case for the bulls might be this pocket of liquidity at around 76 or 77,000. If price can actually manage to get above 76, let's go 76.8, we're gonna liquidate quite a lot of shorts and probably try to go back to that 78K level, maybe even 80K. Because to the downside, there's not as much like liquidation leverage. It's really like that the shorts are in potential trouble if for whatever reason price decides to go up from here.
It might on the comments. It might on the comments of Kevin. So I'm really looking forward to hear that.
So what did you say?
Me?
Yeah.
I was saying that we might go up. We might see Bitcoin going up on comments of his testimony in just 7 minutes from now. So I'm considering moving my stop loss to break even on Bitcoin, although it's just a little bit in profit because I'm not sure how comments are going to affect the price.
Yeah, I don't think it might not be. I don't know. I don't think it's. Maybe he's. Maybe they're gonna ask him about his crypto holding, and then maybe he'll explain why he's holding crypto, things like that. Maybe why he's holding Solana. That might be bullish for Solana, or he might just say, "Ah, this is a gamble." I don't. It's a smaller gamble. All right, guys, we got 30 likes right now. Let's do the last giveaway. Okay, let's see. We got everyone who has entered a comment in the chat. We have them all added here. Okay, let's go. Let's see. Roman says someone put 1 dislike. Roman, come on, man. We know it's you. You forgot to change your alt account. Okay, let's go. And the winner of today's giveaway, the second one, is... Oh, man. How many accounts have you won? This is the third one? Maybe this is the second one. Anyway, congratulations, man. You're going to get a 10K two-step account emailed to you. Make sure that you have the email in your YouTube profile, which you have. So we're gonna be sending you a 10K two-step account. All right, now you got.
The winner got blocked by Nightbot.
Yeah, he just got blocked by the bot as well, but that's okay. You're still gonna get an account. Don't worry about that. All right. Maybe we can switch over to someone else's screen here and I'll change mine. I think you muted.
Look at mine. So
move my stop loss to break even on Bitcoin.
Nice.
Because I don't like this consolidation here.
You guys, yesterday, I don't know if you guys remember, but yesterday I said I bought this RC truck for my kid. Was that yesterday? I think it was yesterday,
Yeah.
right? So he wanted a YouTube channel, right? So he went to the YouTube channel. So I'm like, yeah, let's create a YouTube channel. Let's upload one clip. That was on Sunday. And I went in this morning and checked the channel. 40,000 views. I'm like, what is this? It's just a video of an RC truck for 6 seconds. It got 40,000 views. That's insane. So yeah, guys, if you don't see me here next week, I'm a YouTube star.
Is he receiving your golden button?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be changing career if this is the way things are moving, Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I'm definitely gonna be no, I'm not gonna be watching that speech. It's gonna be super boring. But I might be definitely gonna be interesting to read the Bloomberg. It's probably gonna be breaking it down.
I'm gonna miss Jerome Powell, to be honest. Like, I used to watch his speeches religiously, and that is quite a funny, not a funny guy, but I don't know. I'm just gonna miss the guy. Like, who doesn't love Jerome Powell?
I like
he
him.
Lowered interest rate. He saved the economy during COVID. I mean, thanks to him, I think we're all like alive.
Well, I don't really care about the way that he has handled the economy, but because it's all going to be the same. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's going to be the Fed chair. You're still going to have the fiat system that is going to be collapsing regularly anyway, and you have a system where money just trends in one direction towards worthlessness and high inflation, no matter what you do. Like that's the whole promise of Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin solves it with being deflationary, right? Instead of inflation, instead of being, what's the word? Inflationary. So it doesn't really matter who's going to be the Fed chair. I mean, yes, Kevin Warsh might be more outspoken about having a 3% inflation target instead of 2%, but everyone knows that nobody's really serious about the 2% target, not even Powell.
Yeah.
But they say that we look at 2%, but nobody really, everyone knows it's not 2%. It's more going to be like 2.5 or 3. So when someone comes in like Walsh and says, you know what, we now have, our target is now 3%, which means they can have slightly higher inflation as accepted. That's going to create a roaring bull market if unless we go into recession before that, right? But what I like about Powell is if you watch that interview where he was at the Federal Reserve with Trump, and Trump accused him of spending like $1 billion on renovating the Federal Reserve building. I think Powell kind of handled that beautifully. I think that was a really, really good interview. So I think we need someone. Well, not need me. I'm not even American, but I think the U.S. needs someone as a Fed chair that has enough integrity to stand up against the president, because the two institutions, the presidency and the Federal Reserve, needs to be independent from each other, and the erodation of the Fed independence is not going to be good for the U.S. economy, I believe. So, but that's where we're heading, right? But that's also one of the reasons why I believe we're heading towards a monetary crisis, like with every system built on a fiat system. Anyway, it's 4 o'clock my time, which means it's time to end the live stream. I would like to thank you all for joining today, and congratulations to all our giveaway winners in today's live stream, and hoping that we're going to be making some money on these trades, and we're going to be back tomorrow to update you all. I am currently down $50, fluctuating quite a lot here because I have a lot of positions. I was up $500, now I'm down 50. So yeah, interesting situation right here. We'll see. The only position I'm up on is actually the Bitcoin short that I entered. Altcoins are actually moving higher, which I don't really like that. We'll see. It's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. All right, guys. Anything else you want to add?
I'm still holding my short on PAX and holding my short on Bitcoin. So let's see tomorrow who, if we're going to be good with you, because you also short, no, Jonatan?
Yep, I am.
Well, for the sake of both of us, I do hope it drop.
And Ayush, you're short Ethereum.
Yeah, still holding it.
And Boris, you're not doing anything.
I'm short on Fetch and I'm long on PAX-G, but I think Anastasiia is going to be right, and I'm going to get stopped out of my PAX Gold position unless
Boris,
a miracle
I wish
happens.
you well, but for my own sake, I wish I'm right.
That's actually a really good short.
Right.
That Fetch short is actually looks very good.
Hey guys, help me out here and short Fetch, and we'll move this market together, and we'll hit TP1 much faster.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna short it right now. FET.
Thank
oh
you,
wait, I
Jonatan.
can't. We can't trade it on Tradeify Crypto. Are you kidding me? Oh god damn it, Boris! You've advertised the wrong altcoin to short.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm up $500 again. I think I'm a bit too much leverage on this because it shouldn't be fluctuating this much. Let's pray for my account not to be lost. Then I'll have to send that embarrassing message to Alex saying, hey man, I know we talked about this. I know you're not supposed to be giving me free accounts, but it's just this last time, this last account. Please help me. All right, guys. Thank you for joining today. We'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
See you guys
Thank
tomorrow.
you guys. Bye-bye.